Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of Rage Against the Dice. Today, we're going to start a new project. So, this is going to be one it's not going to go up in any specific time frame. It's just going to go up as and when. Now, we've just gone into lockdown here in the UK. Sad times, I know, but hopefully it won't last too long. And maybe I won't even get all these built by the end of the lockdown. Ooh, I've just realised how badly this could age if in 2 years' time we're still in lockdown. You'd be like, ooh. You miscalled that one, Kev. But yeah, hopefully lockdown won't be too long. But yeah, so I'm going to build this. But we've got a load of other content coming up. I've started a couple of video diaries. I filmed a couple of parts of that. I've ordered a load of sets of brushes so I can do some brush reviews. Vince is starting his own series of reviews for RPGs. Paint with Nate is coming back as soon as Nate gets his new camera. But yeah, in the meantime, I thought, as part one, I would show you exactly what you can get for £150 from TTCombat for Carnivale. So this is their £150 scenery set. All MDF, all fantastic. What we're going to do, in this part, we're just going to look at each set. I'm not going to open them. I'm not going to do anything else. Now, I do apologise. You'll hear a trampoline going on. You'll hear a washer. And you'll hear the screams of my young. As I said, it's lockdown. Just stuff is happening. And I can't escape it. Oh, let's hope this doesn't last too long. But yes. So here it is. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm about to butcher the Italian language. Because all these buildings have a very Italian feel to them, being that it's Venice. And I know I'm going to butcher them. So, you don't need to go in the comments and be like, you can't read Italian type words. I can't read English type words. And that's what these are, actually. They're just English with an Italian-y based accent. They're not. They're more than that, obviously. You guys know I'm joshing around. But yes. So this is the £150 set. This gives you enough to do a full 3 foot by 3 foot table, including some bridges. It gives you some balconies and things like that. You can still pick up some extra scenery if you wish. Absolutely, you should. I'm currently actually working on a couple of bits of scenery as well, which are some statues with a couple of the extra vampire models I have. Like I have Vlad twice and I have the Noble twice, so I'm going to paint them into statues. Just to add a little bit of a feel. You know what I'm saying? Like a feel. But yeah, so what we'll do is I'll slide this big stack to one side, because this is all the different buildings. And we'll have a look at this first, which is the quarter streets. Now, as I said, I am going to do a separate video on each building, in which we'll build them, really. That's going to be seen. But the first one is this, which is the Venetian Quarter streets. Now, I think I was okay with that one. But like I said, I've been wrong before, and it gives you enough of a little, well, basically the raised areas that you get in Venice, because of course it's all water, and you can put your gondolas through and things like that. So these are the raised areas, the Venetian Quarter streets, some would say. And I am going to open these. Like I said, I'm not going to open them all, because each other one's going to get built separately. But let's have a look at this. So as always, you don't get the instructions with TTCombat, but that's okay, I don't mind. That's who picked and packed it, VR0520, so I'm really glad that they finally got robots working there. It's pretty cool. Let's have a look. So this is a big chunky set. As I said, you can buy most of these separate, and there are people who will. I'm certainly going to buy more stuff just to give variety. Carnivale is a game that once we come out of lockdown, I hope to be playing it a lot more. I'm going to speak to the guys about it. I know Vince loves it anyway, but it's whether the other guys are all interested. But who knows? So yeah, so let's have a look. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you get 8 of this exact same sprue, I believe. Oh no, they're the opposites of one another, I think. Yeah, so they'll be like each side of each other. So these are like your side walls. And then you get these. And here you've got some walls on there as well. And the top sections. Same on here. So you do get a lot of duplicates with this, which, you know, is absolutely, you know, essential really when you think about it. Because these aren't buildings, they're just the ground. So they need to be able to tessellate and fit together. So these are all the bits from the other walls that we were looking at before, and they just seem to build up in little squares, or in certain cases I believe little triangles. I'm also completely full of cold. I do apologise. I am the only person in the world who seems to just have a cold all year round. And I know that's hyperbole. There's other people in the world. You don't need to pop it in the comments, but you can if you want. So yeah, so you can see you get your full squares and your triangles. I'm quite interested because there's these little circle bits here, and I'm quite interested to see what they are. And I'm assuming the instructions will be online, so that we'll be able to take a look. Let's have a quick look at the packaging, which I scrumpled and threw away like a psychopath. They don't show the circly bits on at all, so I'm guessing the instructions will tell us about that. But let's have a look at the other buildings that come in this set. As I said, we're not going to build these today. They're each going to get their own video, and it'll be as and when. As I said, we've got a lot of content already filmed waiting to get uploaded. I'm hoping to go daily with the content whilst we're in lockdown. This is no promise of it being forever, but for those who like our content, and we are getting a following now of people who comment on every video, and that's fantastic. If you are a person who's been watching, you know, for a while, feel free to drop a comment below just to say, hey look, I've been watching for ages, just so we know. And here we go. This is the Palazzo Magdalena. I think I nailed that one, and if I didn't, it's okay. You just can let me know in the comments. Phonetically written out, but yeah. So this is a building. It's, well, 3 stories technically. It's got your base story, your ground floor, and your top floor. I don't know if this is a one that will go into the water type, or whether it'll still sit on top to make an even bigger building. I'm sure we'll figure that out, and by that I mean when I get Alan to set up tables. But yeah, so it's a decent chunky thing, and as I said, this is one you can buy on its own. You get at least 1 balcony, so I haven't actually looked through these other than ordering it. Now, as I said, these have been sat here for a while because I've had so many other hobby bits going on. There might even be a couple of the same building. We'll only find out once we get there. But there's Casa Francesca. I think I just managed that one. I think we're okay. Now, these are highly detailed, as you can see. They've got the MDFs down, then they've got the cardboard to add the detailing. So you get all these up the sides here. This is the Casa Diana, I think I'm going to go with. You got obviously the damaging and the brickwork, and look at that. So, as I said, we're going to do a separate video on building each of these, unless there's multiples, because I'm all for milking content and whatnot, but that would be a bit ridiculous. But yeah, so we've got the Casa Christina. Now, this is one of my favourites. I really like, apparently, karate chop and tripods, but no, I really like when it's got like the underpasses and things like that. This game is one of those games where you can stand on the roof and you can physically jump down on someone. There's an ability for it. Well, I mean, you can just step off the roof and land on someone anyway, but certain characters have abilities for it, so to be able to hide under stuff, it is pretty good, especially as I don't have those falling on people's heads abilities. So we've got a bridge. You need those when you've got water everywhere, especially because not everybody can swim or move quickly through water. Dimora Galia? I've got nothing. But yeah, so there again, it's a 2-story building with a really cool little balcony. So each of these are their own little sets. We've got the Dimora Helena, I think. And that looks very similar to that one, so that's really cool. So you'll have these bits maybe hanging over the water, because I imagine if I lived in Rome, or in Venice, or anywhere in Italy really, not in the really quarantine-y bits right now. But yeah, if I lived in Italy, I'd probably want a nice little balcony over the water, even if that water does look a bit gross. Here we have the Casa Elizabeta, and you've got, it's just a 1-floor building, but it's got a little balcony, well, it's got a little roof garden essentially, and I like it again because it adds a little bit more depth. Now, that's one thing with Carnivale, it is a game of depth. You're going to be playing from the water right up to 3, 4, plus stories. And that's really exciting for me anyway. I really like that. So we're going to have a look at the next build. which is the Palazzo Lucia, I think. And again, another building I really, really like. You've got the roof you can run across. You've got that little balconied area. You've got the underpass, little archways. It's got a lot of detail to it. I'm not looking forward to building them. I'm going to be honest with you. I hate building MDF scenery. We've got a couple more bridges. We'll have a look at those now. So we've got the Pietro Bridges. So before they were the Ringhiera. I think I go away with that. And these are the Pietro. And then right here we just have the little Stretto bridges. So these are cool because most of these bridges should match up with the cardboard ones that come in the scenery. But if they don't, it's not the end of the world because we'll just use those instead. We're not going to use a mix. And with buildings we might use a mix of MDF and cardboard buildings, but you're not going to use a mix of cardboard two-dimensional bridges and the MDF ones. Although saying that, it is us, so we might. But yeah, the Dimora Justina. And again, that's a really, really nice one. It's got a lot of flavour to it. Obviously, you've got the balcony, you've got the high roof garden area. It's a nice little bit of scenery. And as you can see, you can just notice from the different levels that you're getting, you know, multiple floors. I mean, if they released an Assassin's Creed game, I'm not going to lie, I'd be all over doing an Assassin's Creed 2 with these buildings. I love Assassin's Creed 2. It's just a thing. Dimora Isabella. And again, you've got the outside balcony, you've got 3 floors, you've got the little garden bit. And the good thing about the little garden bit in the roof is it gives you extra floors to work with. Obviously, you've got characters who can scale buildings, there's grappling hooks. It adds a lot. And then the final piece is the Cristomo Tower, which is gorgeous. Look at that beast. I mean, what more can you say? It's fantastic. Yeah, so as I was saying before, most of the instructions are online. It even tells you on the packaging there. Instructions available at TTCombat.com. So let's have a look. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 buildings. 11 buildings. We get 3 small bridges, 2 large bridges, 3 balconies, and then enough flooring to do 3 foot worth of table. And I mean, what more can I say about that? That's fantastic value for £150. As I said, you can pick them all up separately. I don't think there's anything that's exclusive to this kit. What we did as a group is we went in and paid for it a bit each, because it's going to mainly live at the club. I can't remember who's paid and who hasn't. It's a conversation I'll have to have. But it's not the end of the world either way. What I would probably suggest is anybody who hasn't paid, maybe just order an extra bit of scenery, like the statues or the scaffoldings and stuff that you can have to add more flavour and depth. But yeah, so I think what we'll do for this one is I'm going to build these up now because they're pretty boring, flat. I'm going to build them up off camera and then I'm going to show you them afterwards. As I said, the rest aren't going to be in this video. They'll be in their own separate videos because I'm guessing they're going to be fairly time consuming. But yes, I'm going to build these up now. If I build up 98% of them and then I've got 1 square and 1 triangle one left, and I think actually they were pretty piss easy to put together, I might pop back and show you how to pop them together. But I'm guessing it's going to be self-explanatory. Point A to point B, PVA or wood glue. Things you're going to need if you're going to build your own, because I get asked this quite a lot because we use MDF scenery quite a lot, is always use my craft knife or a nice strong Stanley knife, or as Americans call it, a box cutter. I prefer PVA to wood glue, although I do use both for it, and I'll also have some super glue on hand just for those bits that really need it. You're always going to need a file or some very sort of fine sandpaper, just because of where the MDF tabs are, just to clean it up and make it neater. On top of that, what you're going to need is you're going to need patience and a metal ruler, and that's just in case, because what can sometimes happen is that I'm getting distracted now, sorry. my cat is escaping and I was getting distracted. But yeah, so sometimes, depending on how old the kit is, etc., these aren't as... See how that just pushes it open? Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're not. and you have to cut them. With that, you're going to need a metal ruler. So if you are going to be building MDF scenery, PVA or wood glue, a brush, of course, and a palette, a craft knife, which I've just thrown on the floor, super not dangerous at all, a metal knife, and a file. That's it. So guys, I'm going to build these bits, and I'm going to come back and have a show you of what they look like. So yeah, guys, back in a second. So guys, this is it all built. In the end, I decided just not to do a build on camera, partly because these were the most nightmarish things I've ever built MDF wise. So the problem with them is that the fitting is really tight, so there was so much filing needed to be done. Now I still love them now they're done, don't get me wrong, but my god, TTCombat, did you make me really sad while I was building it. So with it, you get 2 of the big plaza sections, you get 3 of the large sections, 8 medium, 8 small, 4 of these corner pieces, and 2 of the larger corner pieces. I also found out what these bits are. So they're manhole covers, which is pretty cool, and these are like sewer drainage that goes on the side here. I don't know if I'm going to use them yet, which is why I haven't. Now these are still drying, so I'm going to be pretty careful with them. But you can see I filed across. One thing I didn't mention that you guys would need for building this, and it's absolutely essential, is elastic bands. I didn't have enough, so it took a lot longer to build. So it's actually about 3 AM now, and I started these kind of tea-timey time. So that's not great, really. But yeah, so there's a big old stack here, as you can see. Once they are together, they're absolutely fine. All of them are glued, except these big ones on the bottom. I am going to glue them, but I need to get some bigger elastic bands. They go together really easy once you've filed them down. All it is the 4 pieces make a square, and then the top plugs on is how they're meant to go. It doesn't work like that due to the tightness of them. What you have to do is you have to build an L shape, put that in, build the other L shape, and kind of plug them together. That was how I found the best method. Now, I had no damages or anything like that from the actual build. However, where is it? This one here, I dropped it. I'm going to fix it properly, but for now it's just been super glued and then activated. But I'm going to patch it up properly. But yeah, so be careful with it. But in terms of the actual build, I got no damages and everything looks okay, and the stack is fantastic. So yeah, guys, the next one I'm going to do is the bridges, most likely, as another quick one, and I might add the balconies in with that bridges one. It all depends, because the balconies might end up getting put with other buildings, and if so, they'll of course get built then. But yeah, guys, hopefully this is something that you want to see. Hit that subscribe button so you can follow on. It's all going to have its own playlist as well, so you'll be able to watch them individually or watch them as one big bulk. But yeah, guys, as I said, it's ridiculous o'clock in the morning now, so I'm going to grab some sleep. Give us a like. As I said before, give us a subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you thought. Do you think it's good value, the £150 set? Just to let you know, this exact stack is £50 worth. If you were to buy this yourself, you get the exact same thing. If you're just buying just this pack, it's £50. So I'm going to work it out, and I will let you know in one of the other videos how much exactly you're saving, but you're definitely saving money on it. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think. Do you play Carnivale? Have you got this scenery? Do you plan on getting this scenery? We're going to use it for other games as well. And obviously we've got Marvel Crisis Protocol. Now, Venice, other than some of the more modern shops, Venice looks kind of the same these days as it did in the setting of Carnivale, which is cool. I mean, Venice is beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the world, so you can't complain. But yeah, we're going to bust out a couple of other games using this scenery, 7TV, and whatnot. So yeah, guys, I'm really excited for it, but I'm really going to sleep. I mean, not that I'm actually going to sleep, because insomnia, awesome. But yeah, I'm going to go lie in bed and annoy my better half by snoring or making pig noise. I don't know what I do, just everything annoys her, because yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to shut up now. Pray to dice gods, hope smile upon you, and take care. Bye now.